Chapter 8. Momma, she's my friend now. When I started kindergarten, I always walked to school with my sister Phyllis. I felt safe next to my big sister. But when I started to first grade, I noticed that the other kids in school walked to school with their friends. I thought I was the only one who walked to school with her sister. Sometimes Phyllis's friend Anita Calico walked with us. Phyllis and Anita giggled and talked. All I could do was just walk along and keep quiet. I wanted someone in my class to walk with me. Across Adams Street lived a family named Ingram. They had a girl named Vickie who was my age. There was a boy named Billy who was Tommy's age. Tommy and Billy played together in each other's yards. The Ingrams had another girl, Karen, who was Lonetta's age, but they were just babies. I had seen Vickie in kindergarten class. Vickie sat on her rug at the front of the class. I sat on my rug at the back of the classroom. Throughout kindergarten and now in first grade, Vickie walked to school by herself on the opposite side of Adams Street where Phyllis, Anita, and I walked along. Sometimes we were right alongside her, with Vickie walking on one side of the street and Phyllis, Anita, and I on the other. One day after first grade, Mrs. Harding said, "Line up, boys and girls. Time to go home now. Sandy, you may lead the girls. Alden, you may lead the boys." I lined up with the other girls. I was right in front of Vickie. Bingo! What luck! "Vickie," I said, "we live across the street from each other. Would you like to walk home together from school?" I was excited, but scared. Vickie just looked at me. She didn't say anything. When we got out onto the street, Vickie started to run and ran away from me. I walked home with Phyllis and Anita. For several days, I would come into the house crying. "What's wrong, Donnis?" Momma asked. "Nothing," is all I would say. After several days, Momma had enough. She sat me down, and while face to face, she made me tell her what was wrong. I finally told her that every time I would talk to Vickie, she would give me a little push and then run away from me. When I tried to follow her, she would run faster. "Donnis," Momma said, "just be extra nice to Vickie. She will come around." So I tried, but Vickie just ran away. Our brothers Billy and Tommy still played together in our yards. Both Momma and Daddy taught us to be kind, but tough when we had to be. They wanted their kids to survive whatever life might throw at us. They expected us to stand up for ourselves. I was only 5 years old, but Momma was afraid that if I gave in to my fears, it would set a pattern for the rest of my life. One day, when I came running into the house crying, Momma stopped me. "Go back out there," she ordered, "and tell Vickie that she is welcome to play with you, but you are going to play in the treehouse with Tommy and Billy. Here's a cookie for each of you. Be sure to share with everyone." Momma watched from behind the living room curtain. I squared my shoulders and marched across the street. I told Vickie what Momma had told me to tell her, handed her a cookie, and ran off to climb trees with Tommy and Billy. Vickie ate her cookie in silence and just watched. After a while, and without a word, Vickie came over and began to play with us. I came in from play that night glowing with victory. "I can play with the boys now," I said, "and Vickie will be my friend." Vickie and I stayed friends for a long time. We lost daily touch when her daddy moved their family to Spivey, Kansas, because he had a job with the co-op there. Momma and Daddy still played cards with Mr. and Mrs. Ingram, and sometimes we kids would go along for the evening. But Vickie made new friends at her new school, and I progressed up in classes at Cheney with my friends. I never forgot her, though, or our friendship. I've been telling stories since the age of 3, and I'm happy to have published the books of my father, Max, brother Tommy, and sister Lonetta Slusser Knutson. All of our books are published through Amazon and Kindle. www.amazon.com/author/Donnis Crane. June Bugs and Summer's Nights. Heart Stories from the Midwest. Copyright 2022. Written by Donnis Slusser Crane. Narrated by Donnis Slusser Crane.